How's everybody doing? You with me? We still here? Fabulous Las Vegas. I smoked 2 packs of cigarettes walking through that casino today. It's good to be back. We're going to talk a little bit about this crazy technology world we're in right now. You know, all this disruption, all these products, all these services, all this stuff. To me, it's a concert of connections. Now, you know I'm going to bring music into it, because I always bring music into it. But it's a concert of connections. Where do we all fit in? Where do you fit in? Whenever, I have 5 kids, by the way, ages 7 to 21. And whenever I want to understand or know where we're going from a technology perspective, I just dial in with them, right? Because enterprise always follows consumer. Always follows consumer. So I was taking my son Jake to school a couple months ago, and he got in the car, you know, with his stuff and his little lunchbox, and he has this little iPad he plays with. He plays his games on, or most of them are educational, but he plays his games on them, and he gets in the car, and he looks at me and says, "Dad, there's no internet connection." There's no internet connection, right? And to me, that's what this conversation is about. It's about expectations. That's what we're talking about. It's about expectations. The future's here. We know this. We know we're hyper-connected in this digital world everywhere you go. Remember when you used to be able to rest on an airplane? Not me. Not anymore. They'll find you, right? No matter where you are, they'll find you. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about connections. Let's talk about this concert of connections. Look at these stats. Absolutely unbelievable. 1.5 gigabit per user on the internet daily is what's expected in 2020. 2020 is the new benchmark, right, for us. Look at this. 2/3 of total global IP traffic will be done on your mobile device. 2/3. There's more technology in your pocket, in that phone, than the first rocket that went to the moon. It's unbelievable. 20 billion connected IoT devices by 2020. Think about that. That's a lot of technology. That's a lot of opportunity, right? It's disruptive. It's disruptive. We actually have companies that are like the Facebooks of the world that are literally inventing marketplaces that create opportunity in the technology sector for you. And so where do you fit in? Where do you fit into that concert? Where do we fit in that concert? I think there's lots of opportunity, and I think it can be talked about in many different examples. So I was thinking to myself, how has this concept changed just in the last 10 years with me, with you? 10 years ago, if somebody said to me at Christmas time, you're not going to go to the store or the mall or wherever you go to shop and buy presents for people, you're going to sit in your living room on a computer and order everything, I'd have laughed them out. There's no way. I need to touch it, I need to feel it, I need to see it, right? Today, I can't imagine going to the mall or going to a store to buy stuff. Couldn't imagine it, right? Couldn't imagine. I'm going to use Amazon all day long. What about grocery stores? Think about this. 10 to 15 years ago, you couldn't swipe a credit card at a grocery store. Remember writing checks? People did that. We all did that. Not anymore. What about toll roads? Think about that. Driving through a toll and stopping and throwing your coins in, right? Handing them cash. Now you just buzz through. These are the kind of things happening all around us. It's a whole different story. Do you think that Amazon and their competitors are in the grocery store business because they want to sell produce? They're not. They want to connect. That's what's happening all around us. How do we take advantage of these connections? There's a lot of change going on. We know this. It's hard. I talked to you last year about adapting to change, right? And we talked about surviving setbacks and those kind of things. I actually, in another conversation with you around music, talked about our experiences with Bon Jovi. Remember when we talked about him cutting the hair and him going from, albums to new digital media and those kinds of things? It's changing all around us. Where will we fit into that change? How will we take advantage of it? We polled 1,400 of our dearest, closest customers over the last year and asked them lots of different questions about this change, about this disruption all around us. And we asked them specific questions. 92% of them, 92% of those companies polled said not only are they taking advantage of digital transformation, but they're absolutely open to using a partner. That's a record number. So it creates a lot of opportunity for you. It creates a lot of opportunities for us. And we're finding that these customers, right, have this other set of expectations that they're actually tracking towards. This is done in a survey as well. The customer experience, very, very important to them, right? They want their customers to have a absolute easy button time with them, which is all about expectations, which we just talked about a second ago, right? Operational efficiency, better technology. Typically, better technology means more profitability, typically. You're the ones that do that. We're the ones that connect them, right? We're the ones that make that happen for them. Better managing their business. It used to be, don't disconnect anything. Don't change anything. Don't rip out and replace anything, because that could cost you your job. Today, if you're not constantly looking for those opportunities, it will cost you your job. So very, very different than before. So, all that being said, where do you fit into that? What does your band look like in this concert of connections? Do you remember, by the way, your first concert you ever went to? I remember mine. That was a wake-up call for you, but that was my first concert. It dates me a little bit. You can turn off the first concert now. Yes. Anyway, you got to put the band together. That's the whole point, right? You got to put the whole band together, and you got to be able to take advantage of this disruption, this marketplace, this concert of connections yourselves. You got to go out and take advantage of the opportunity. So how does that look? How does that look? First of all, perspective. Very, very important, right? The bass player, by the way, in a band, that's what you're looking at on the screen right now. The bass player typically is the rhythm section of the band, right? Next to the drummer, maybe the most important rhythm part of that organization. I like to think of it as perspective in my mind, kind of what comes to mind. Outside looking in, where are the opportunities? Where are you going to focus? What is your perspective on those opportunities? Planning. Very critical. Do you have that drummer that lays down the foundation, the plans for what's going to happen next? You've got the perspective, you've got the plan. What about the harmony, right? Are you having a partnership with a service provider, with other partners in the room, with technology companies, et cetera, like a keyboard player, harmonizing that together? And then, of course, the lead guitar player, my favorite. Right? You saw a pretty good lead guitar player up there right now. Are you driving business growth with technology? Do you have somebody out there driving that for you in your band, looking for those opportunities? And finally, the lead singer. It's all about the people, right? The people, the people, the people. It's all about being out front, having the right people in your band, all the right people, including the person out in front. These are some interesting statistics I thought you just might be interested in. I won't read the whole slide to you, but again, it gives you an idea of the opportunity. 30% do not have a digital transformation strategy. That means 70% do, right? 45% are using a cloud provider today. 92%, I told you earlier, are more than willing to use a partner. And then the rest of the statistics you can go through. So the opportunity is there in this disruptive world. We'd like to help you with that. Valerie did a great job earlier of giving you some stats and showing you up the stack what we're up to these days. You know, we got through this acquisition, which was pretty significant for us, and we see a lot of opportunity for you with us. We want to be that trusted connection to the network world, and we want the network part to be a verb, right? So there's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of offerings. If you haven't visited with us lately, please, on the floor downstairs, stop by, say hello, let us know about your band, right? Let us know about your strategy, where you see those opportunities, and we'd like to come alongside you in that. We got a lot of folks here from CenturyLink today. We have lots of opportunity. We're not just a network company. We're a darn good network company, but we're not just a network company. We have all kinds of things we can talk to you about, whether it's security, whether it's hybrid cloud, you name it, and we can talk about it. And by the way, it's not just domestic anymore. With the acquisition of Level 3, it gives us all kind of opportunity all over the world, whether it's Asia, Latin America, Europe, right? You name it, we're there. So I think this combination of these two companies is very powerful. I think we can help navigate through some of this disruption in this crazy world we're in, and this concert of connections. I think we can play a nice role with you in your band. So come up and introduce yourselves to us. We would love to hang out a little bit, get to know you better. And as always, it's an absolute pleasure to be here with you. Thank you for listening for a few minutes. Enjoy the rest of your time at the conference. Thanks.